Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Houston Texans and the Arizona Cardinals. With that, let's get out to the desert. Standing by in Glendale, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. A moment ago, this Arizona crowd was on its feet. The defensive starters, led by perennial All-Pro Patrick Peterson, were introduced. And they've got a tough one on their hands as they'll square off with the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Orchestrating the offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
Tremendous overall athlete, does everything that you're looking for. Big time in the quarterback run game against their better opponents, but can also operate skillfully from the pocket and can beat you with his mind as well.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. And let's look here at the Houston offense.
DeAndre Hopkins was named All-Pro for the first time in 2017 and really don't have to do much but look at the statistics to know why. 4 touchdown grabs in 2016, jumped that up to 13 in 2017. That led all NFL receivers. Also added in 96 catches and close to 1,400 yards. DeAndre Hopkins' ability to get free in the secondary is a marvel, mainly because of head fakes and body control.
And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Watson. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On 4th down, here's the veteran Shane Leckler to punt it away. The Pro Bowler Patrick Peterson back deep for Arizona. This is taken at the 15. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They'll have the former Oklahoma Sooner calling the shots. At quarterback will be Sam Bradford.
And when healthy, he's definitely flashed the arm talent that made the Rams take him at #1 when he came out of Oklahoma. His calling card, accuracy. When you want to see someone put the ball where it's supposed to be and how it's supposed to be thrown, Sam Bradford's your guy.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Second down, Bradford. David Johnson here on the catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On play action, Bradford. And Gresham has it left side. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Bradford now from the 50. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And here are the offensive starters for Arizona.
I could go on and on about Larry Fitzgerald and his numbers, which are considerable, and everyone knows that. The thing I keep coming back to, he never quits seeking knowledge. Every year, he works with former NFL players who were great wide receivers in order to improve his game, watches a ton of film, always curious, always finding a way to adapt and improve his game.
On 3rd down, Bradford. And that is incomplete. Jonathan Joseph there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On fourth down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Back deep for the Texans is Tyler Ervin. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now, prior to the snap, we hit all zeros as time has run out on the 1st quarter of play. 0-0 our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. A shotgun snap for Watson. Caught here by Griffin. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Watson hands this to Foreman, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
It's a loss of 4. Now third down. The Texans on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 51 yards. And the Texans are in for 6. And there, a post route started out right, caught it in the middle of the field, went into the end zone. What typically makes those successful, those deep post routes?
You need help from your complementary receivers, okay? The guy that you want to get the ball is the guy that we just saw catch it and take it into the end zone. So he needs help from the other guys who have to occupy anyone in the middle of the field. Whether it's one safety, sometimes you get 2 guys in there, either run routes at them so they have to cover them, or somehow freeze them by running underneath them and hoping to draw them towards the line of scrimmage and throw it over his head.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. DJ Foster set to return it. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now Bradford on 2nd down, and he finds Fitzgerald. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Bradford now. It's complete. It's Fitzgerald. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Bradford on 1st down. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
On 1st and 10, Bradford. And this will be incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. On 2nd down, Bradford again. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. They'll throw again. Bradford. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
On to try the field goal now, Phil Dawson. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And Dawson's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the 2nd half.
Now after the made field goal, here's Dawson back out now to send this one away on the kickoff. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Now a first down throw. Watson setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Watson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
What's the old adage, be quick but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he's got some space here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. They go play action here on first down. He's got it complete to Braxton Miller. A gain of 32 that time.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
On first down, Watson. Forced out to his left. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaunt alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout, and now we're set to get going. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. the gun. Watson. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And they start the second half with Johnson. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Again, it's Johnson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The Cardinals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They go play action. Now Bradford. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Here's Andy Lee now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken at about the 14. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Watson now on second down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's third down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Now Watson, he's letting this one go for Fuller. And incomplete, he can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Here's Shane Leckler now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. On the return is Peterson. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill. A play fake. Bradford. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back. So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Working out of the gun, Bradford. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, Bradford. And he's got Fitzgerald. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Now a play fake here on first down. And Gresham has it left side. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 38. Now a handoff, Johnson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They go to Johnson again. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The Cardinals on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They run. It's Johnson. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
I tell you, on that first glance, I thought he got it easily. But the mark was not a real favorable one. As it turns out, they do give him the first down, but that was very close to going the other way.
Bradford now to throw on first down. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I know at retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now a 2nd down throw for Bradford. And his throw is incomplete. The tight end, Jermaine Gresham, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes
offense.
in. They expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty, because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. From the shotgun, it's Bradford. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Now the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you, because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Delay of game, offense.
They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further. I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
After the penalty, it's Miller. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. On 3rd down, Miller. And he's got room. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Here's Shane Leckler now. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Now it's Peterson. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. So out now come the Cardinals. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Whitney Merciless in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big-time play there by the Cardinals. 57 yards. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
They'll run it with Johnson, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow, wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. Dawson Dawson tacks on the point after. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. That time a 6-play drive. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Deshaun Watson and the Texans offense trot back out there. And this is a spot where you can learn a lot about a young quarterback.
And that's why they brought him into the organization, because you don't just bring them in strictly for their talents. You think that they have that something special in them that will allow them to function in these types of situations. Now's time for them to be clinical and not emotional. You know your play sequence. You know what has to get done. Get the ball to the right people, get out of bounds, and get it downfield and try and score.
And he's trying to earn his stripes here for a winning drive. He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller, and that'll bring up second down. Back to throw. Caught left side, Hopkins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Watson. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here's Bradford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it. And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long and sign off from the desert.